By its very nature, the function constituencies is geared toward having half of the Legislative Council promoting and pursuing legislation favorable to the special interests they represent, regardless of the possible detriment to the population at large. Believe it or not, life in the SAR is much more than just the upcoming by-election. There are other things going on that we should also pay attention to, which I'm afraid the folks in the government not doing a very good job. Let's talk about housing. That's always a good topic to talk about in this town. Housing and affordability of home ownership. Considering the scarcity of land and continuing spiraling costs of buying an apartment, this should come as no surprise. What is often surprising, though, are the cavalier attitude of and the callous utterance by both senior government officials and the property barons. The later example is the recent pronouncement which says that while it is the government's policy to ensure everybody has a roof over his or her head, it is not the policy of the government to ensure he or she can afford to buy an apartment. 不是居者有其屋，住者有其所, which I thought was a pretty strange utterance by Eva Zhang. If that were the case, why was the home ownership scheme, HOS, ever started by the colonial government and then carried forward by the SAR counterpart until the second term of Xie Chitong's administration? Once that mythical number, 85,000 apartments being built each year, was dropped like a hot potato in 2003, there was not a single mention of reviving the building of HOS flats until just recently. The issue was resurrected as the price of an average middle-income family apartment has long since been beyond what the same middle-income family can afford. An announcement was made by the Housing Secretary last week that property developers would be urged to abide by new guidelines concerning actual usable footage, 實用面積, as versus construction footage, 建築面積. Pre-sale of apartment under construction to board members, management, and staff to property developers, thus artificially jacking up the price even before the apartments are released for sale to the public, and other measures. I mean, only in Hong Kong, not even north of a border, would you see property developer allowed to literally rob the potential buyers blind. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember something which was at least I thought was very interesting that happened about half a year ago. There was this tiny little apartment. I mean, everything is comparative. In my view, it was tiny. In some fancy new development in, I think it was Yau Ma Tei. Some idiot paid something like, I don't know, $28,000 per square foot or no, more than that. Anyway, it was a bachelor pad. A very tiny place. The construction footage was 580 square feet. You know you're in bad trouble if all you can afford is a 580 square foot apartment, right? But when you walk in and discover the 580 square foot apartment had overnight shrunk to less than 400 square feet, which means you open the door and you flop down on your bed, basically, right? And this nutcase paid 25 million Hong Kong dollars for it. And made headline in both English and Chinese language papers, probably made CNN and, New York Times, whatever. Now, if that is not an example of property barons, robber barons, run amok without government control, I don't know what the hell is. But what I thought was really hilarious was, which idiotic bachelor is this? Maybe he's doing a gamuk chongkyu, you know. He's loaded. He has nothing but money. But usually people with nothing but money is not that dumb, right? But you know, everybody thought maybe it was some big shot from up north bought it for speculation, and then some reporter, some very enterprising reporter, checked the registry and found it was a local yoko that bought it.